be live. So let's have a look and see who we've got on the live. Let me know who's watching our first ever hot seat on YouTube. So let me know who to say hello to in the chat. Let's see who we've got. Beverly, Ramsey, Michelle, Fatima, Big Tex. There we go. Yes, I do need a shave. Erica, Anne-Marie, Paul, Yvonne. Let's see who else is on here. We've got the Alphinator. We've got the Wiener. We've got Jarmo. Renz 87. We've got Utu Madman. This is the only trouble with YouTube. I don't know, because you all have these weird names. It's not your real names. I don't know who's who. Who is? I can see it's Paul Strachan. Not Paul Strachan. It's Stephen Rowledge even. And Graham. Children's story time is Mitchell. Hope you're well, Mitchell. So it'll take a bit getting used to knowing all the names. But let me know if you're excited for our first ever YouTube hot seat. It's very interesting that we're going to be on the hot seat on YouTube. It looks like it's done okay. Obviously, apart from the guy on it, looks completely homeless. But I've got a special guest. Okay, I've got a very special guest joining me tonight. One of my favourite people. Okay, I got a few favourite people inside OLSP. Graham says, weird. Robert Miles, yeah, I can see your Jawari's here. $7 link. There's Olga. We've got all the regulars here. How many people we got on? Where did I see? 25. Not as many as Facebook, but let's see. Let's see if we can get to the normal kind of numbers. I think we normally end up between 40 and 60. It would be nice to do those sort of numbers. I think we've got 28. Let's see what we get to in a few minutes. We might even beat it, and wouldn't that be something if we could do that? That would be very, very exciting. Yeah, you can see everyone's comment. Pretty cool, this is pretty cool. Anyway, so if you're not sure what the hot seat is, guys, I bring in OLSP members to answer your questions, okay? Answer and just see deep inside what they're doing. Yeah, you can see the hearts coming through. That's pretty cool. Really cool. And party hats. What are they? Party poppers? I don't know what you call those. But to answer your question, guys, so you can see what it takes to be successful. Now, we bring people in who have had big success. We bring people who have small success. We even bring people in with no success sometimes. Okay, but tonight's guest has been with us a little while. Okay, a little while. And he's an absolutely awesome human being. Absolutely love him. I met him probably 4 times, I think. 3 or 4, he'll tell us. 3 or 4 times in person. So, without further ado, I'm going to bring on my special guest. I need to do drum roll and sound effects on this, but I'm going to bring in my special guest, Prakash. How are you, mate? How are you, Prakash?
Hi, I'm good. Hi, Ben. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Wonderful.
Good.
We've got nearly 30 people on, which is pretty good. Our first ever hot seat on YouTube.
Yeah, sounds exciting. That sounds fantastic. Can they hear me all right?
Yeah, just let me know you can hear Prakash, please, guys. Just let me know. There's a bit of a delay. There you go. I can see you've just popped on the screen. So they should be able to tell us that you can hear, that they can hear you. Looks all fine my end, but that means nothing. Prakash. Graham says, Prakash again. Prakash.
Hi, Graham.
Not Prakash again. Now, there was a reason to bring Prakash on. I'm not going to tell you what that reason is tonight, but there is a reason to bring Prakash on because he is amazing. But we've done, give yourself, for those that don't know you, Prakash, give a little intro to you, and then we'll get into delve into some secrets and some stuff, and we'll just see where it goes.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, for those who don't know me, I am a retired pharmacist. I started pharmacy in 1970, qualified in 74, and I've worked as a pharmacist for 44 years before I retired in 2018. I worked for different companies. I ran my own business for 22 years, I employed about 35 staff at 3 pharmacies in Bournemouth, and I sold them successfully. When I retired in 2018, I was lost. So I wanted to find something that interested me, something business related. And hey, I came across you, Wayne, and the rest is history.
And now we're best buddies.
We are, of course we are. At least I like to think so.
We are, mate. We'll be friends
Yeah.
for life. So tell people, you owned a pharmacy, because a lot of the time, guys, okay, a lot of the time, you're always told how easy this game is, okay, and we all do affiliate marketing, we all do make money online, we all want to make money online for different reasons, but a lot of the time we delve in. I want to delve into the way it really is. So you used to own a pharmacy, Prakash, okay? And I can imagine what that must have been like with customers and processors. How does this compare with owning a real business?
The brick and mortar business is fine. It gives you a base, but it's hard work. You're working 9 to 7, 9 to 10. You're working Saturdays. Sometimes you're working Sundays. You're doing your own paperwork and everything. You have to source products. You have to sell products. You have to give advice. Whereas affiliate marketing is different because it's not your products. You're just an agent for a company and a business, and it's passive income. And if as long as you run it properly and you study properly and follow the lessons that Wayne teaches us, I think we can be successful. And that's where affiliate market is, because it helps you take a back seat while somebody else's products are being promoted.
Someone else does all the work.
All the work, yeah. It's virtually DIY, isn't it?
Almost. Yeah.
You have to still put some effort in. Without effort, you can't do anything. But you need a good mentor behind you, somebody who can guide you, show you. I mean, before I started affiliate marketing, from 2009, I've been online. I had my own golf website because I've been interested in golf, as a lot of you know. And I was selling a product called golf mission cards at $20 each. I must have sold 100 to start off with, but that was the end of it, because after that, what do you do? Whoever the gurus were teaching you about building websites never told you how to create a backhand, how to build relationships with your clients and your customers, and how to take your business to the next level. And you're stuck. And I did try this with 2 or 3 different gurus, but they never told you the secrets that are being taught by Wayne in affiliate marketing. And I really have, since I started affiliate marketing, I haven't looked at my websites or anything like that. I just go to the affiliate marketing site.
Brilliant.
And
Brilliant. So how does it, do you think, a lot of people come on and think affiliate marketing's hard, but generally they're people that haven't run a business before, because running a real business, I've ran them. I've ran real businesses. They're proper tough. How do the two really compare? What one would you say is easier?
definitely affiliate marketing is easier because you're not working 9 to 5. You go home, leave your home, you at your business, you don't get up till 7 o'clock. You hardly get a chance to see your children, hardly used to have any holidays. With affiliate marketing, you can do anywhere. While you're abroad, you can just take your laptop and you could be doing business a couple of hours and the rest of the day is free and you're on holiday. You're enjoying. I could be working in Spain or could be working in America, anywhere, all over the world. And you can do this business. Whereas a brick and mortar business like pharmacy, you're stuck in one place and you come home, you're tired, you don't have any energy left really sometimes. And so affiliate market is a nice, relaxing, passive income business. And I love it. I love it.
You do, mate. You really do. You're one of the people. I mean, we've known each other years now, anyway. Haven't you?
Since 2019 or slightly before that, before you going to start,
6-7
before you
years.
started OLSP in 2020, in September 2020.
Wow, that's a long time, mate. That we've known each other. We've become good friends. We've been for a Chinese. I think it was. We had Chinese, Italian.
The Italian to start with, when we had Neil Moran. The guy's enjoying himself in Bali. I wish I was, but never mind. Hey?
Yeah, well, it's a bit warmer
there.
One
character he was.
Yeah. What legend, Neil Moran, the legend. But what is it? So one of the things, like, you've started your own podcast, okay, with another one of my favourite people, Lynn. I don't know if Lynn's here, but tell people about that. Why did you do it, and what fears did you have to overcome? Because obviously a podcast, something new, something different. What made you do it? Why do you think we want to do a podcast? What new skills did you have to learn? So tell us all about that, Prakash.
With podcasts, is very different from doing lives. You need to be talking to 2 or 3 different people. Yes, you use a platform called Riverside, if anybody's heard of it. And on that, we meet once a week. We talk about different topics. Our topics are mainly sort of local issues or national issues, things that have cropped up in the news. And we discuss that for 10, 15 minutes. And this podcast, I put it on YouTube. And so that way it works. And I enjoy it because it's a different experience, because trying to speak on camera with the second person is very difficult. By being on podcast, I'm getting my own confidence up by trying to do my own lives. And that helps you build that confidence. And my podcasts on YouTube are doing fairly well at the moment. And Lynn is fantastic as well, because she runs the whole thing, really.
Does she? So you just sit back and
Sit back
pretend
and
you know
talk.
what you're talking about.
Yeah. And we had one guest as well, Matt Plummer, who did the marathon with us. He's been on our podcast.
Yeah.
And he's going to come back and tell us how he did in his marathon. So it's early days, and it's slowly building up. We've done about 15 so far.
That's amazing, mate.
And so we've been consistent. The idea is to be consistent. And the more we consider, the more confidence is built up.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. So, Nikki, this is not Dr. M. This is Dr. M's dad, Prakash. No, this is not this is Prakash. And it's quite funny because sometimes I do call you Ramesh, don't I?
Ramesh, yeah, you do. That's good.
So
I should change my name to Ramesh sometimes. Now, he's poor guy stuck in India at the moment, isn't it, with the troubles that are going on?
He is, with all the troubles. It's been a funny old week. We talked about this before we came on. Like, obviously, we lost. You guys been watching. We've lost our Facebook group. We have had so many problems, but there's always a shining. You know, I've been looking forward to speaking to Prakash. There's always a silver lining, guys. Okay, when you go through business, you're gonna come up against problems. You're gonna have things that happen, and obviously Prakash has got a couple of years on me. You're a couple of years older, Prakash.
Thanks so much. You've been very kind.
Yeah. So tell us, because a lot of people. So one of the things I try and prepare people for. Okay, you're gonna have overwhelm. You're gonna have overwhelm. It's something new. You're gonna feel a bit burnt out sometimes. Things are gonna come along that feel like a real test. Okay, this is what happens when you run a business, and believe it or not, you're still in business, guys. So what do you employ? Because I'm interested in this. What kind of tactics? Because you've ran a real business, you had staff, you know how painful that can be sometimes. Yeah. I mean, it's fantastic to be able to provide for yourself and your staff, but sometimes things come along and knock you for six. How did you used to cope with those?
Well, with pharmacy, you used to open the shop and you used to make sure the prescriptions are ready for clients to collect. So there's a daily routine. You bring that onto your online business, affiliate marketing business, and you have a daily method of operations. So you have to do set things to start off with one thing. Like for me, my DMO is I'll go into mainly start with Facebook. I'll do warm up on the Facebook post for 20 minutes or so, do my relating post. Then I go back onto Facebook and warm down. Then the rest of the hours spent and trying to make contact with people in different groups and stuff like that to build up the business and build up relationships rather than just bombarding people with links. I've learned that through our LSP dashboard trainings. And there's specifics. That's my 2 to 3 hours every day. And then I probably go off and have a round of golf.
It's always the way. Whenever we do a live train, it's like, where's Prakash? I bet he's at golf again. And that's normally where you are, I think, Prakash. But
not every day, but
not every day, but 6 days a week. So how do you deal with stress? So when you ran your business, how did you used to deal with stress?
Yeah, stress is an ongoing part in any business. Overwhelm is only because you get bombarded with clients, you get bombarded with prescriptions. Sometimes the workload gets so much, but you have to take it one step at a time. Do one job, make sure it's completed properly, then do the next job. Similarly, in affiliate marketing, if you're learning something, learn that one thing thoroughly, practice it, put it in action, then go on to the next step and learn it with and gradually build up to your totally efficient and proficient in doing all the tasks that are there for you. And that's one thing that I've learned in my business and in any business really that applies to most businesses.
Brilliant answer. I think one thing I've learned, I think, what the last 3 days would probably, probably make 50% of people give up, let's say, because it's been a tough 3 days for us. One other thing I think I've realised, it might be an age thing, okay, it's a few years ago I realised stress is all make believe. A lot of it, like stress in business, it's not real stress. It's just what our mind has made up. Like when it comes to like people's health and that kind of stuff, that's real stress.
Yeah.
That's real stress. Like this kind of stuff, it's all perceived stress because we put this pressure on ourselves, and that's where the stress comes from. And I realised maybe it's an age thing, but maybe I've run lots of business. I had hundreds of staff now, and I've realised that I've always been okay in the past. And I know that sounds really weird, even though I've lost businesses, I've lost loads of money, but I'm still there, and I've always ended up okay. Is that self confidence? I think. Um, do you agree with that? Like,
Yeah,
it's
I
been
agree. Age is not the age is not an issue really because I'm 73 and I started affiliate marketing when I was about 68. So anybody can start business any day. And stress is a part of lets you get motivated, lets you work harder to get over it. And if you have some stress, you perform better. But if your stress gets unbearable, you just got to take time out.
yeah.
Say, hey, and then take 5 minutes, take half an hour, go for a walk, and do something different. And that obviously helps. Everybody's going to get overwhelmed. Everybody's going to get stressed. But everybody handles it differently, and you have to find your own way to handle it. Age shouldn't be an issue at all.
No, age is definitely not an issue. There's some nice questions, so let's have a few questions from you guys. The hot seat is really it's just you guys getting to know some of the members. I know Prakash, he's been on before, but it's always nice speaking to him. Erica says, Prakash, you are young.
Thank you very
So
much.
there you go. That's always nice. She Erica's fishing for the code. I can tell. She's looking for the code. Valerie says stress is relative as well. I believe a lot of the time stress is relative. Like I used to lose a lot of sleep, Valerie and Pracker. I used to lose loads of sleep when things go on. This last 3 days, I've slept like a baby, and also
That's,
I also start to, even though I look a bit homeless at the minute. I also think stress and when things go wrong, it motivates me and it gives me energy. And it's kind of weird. It was Donna that came on and said I think it was her daughter said, there's nervousness and excitement. I think it was nervousness.
yeah,
Are the same feeling. They're the same feeling, and that kind of clicks something on in my head. To think, wow, a lot of these feelings, maybe we just don't understand them. So, like, it might
mm,
be stress, but I use it. Like, we lost the Facebook group. We knew, like we said, we talked before, and we knew we had to do something about it anyway.
yeah.
This is the opportunity to get everything right that we got wrong. So, let's have a look at the question. Um, do you see yourself as successfully already with OLSP, or do you have next goals? Asked Yvonne.
I am already successful, but I'm always building up my goals. I have one goal at a time, and I'll reach that goal, then find a new goal. Because if you don't have goals in life, you're stuck in limbo and you won't get anywhere. So you have to have daily goals, weekly goals, yearly goals, and 5 yearly goals. You never know how long you're going to be here, but you need to have some sort of goal in life. Without goals, you can't succeed. And that's what I have goals, still have goals, yes.
Fantastic. And I think that's important as well, guys. One of my goals My goals changed this year. Like, I felt like, I don't know if you felt like this, I felt like I was just going around in circles for a while until I thought, why am I doing all this work? I love what we do, but it's like, why do I love it? What is the end goal? And for me, it's going on holiday. That is what I love doing. I love just thinking, right, we're off to Disney in a month. I'm not sure I wanted to go to Disney, if I'm honest. I'm going with an
Are you going
8-year-old.
again?
She's going to be, only to Paris, Disneyland Paris. Then we come back, and then I'm off to, where am I off to? We just come back from Portugal. Well, then we're going to Greece. We're going to Corfu.
Lovely.
I want to go to the US again this year. I want to go to Spain. We'll go to Spain. I want to go to Amsterdam a few times. They become my goals. And it helps you. It helps me. It helps me think, right, because I'm a workaholic. I love work. But having these holidays, becoming the goals, help me relax on holiday, which is amazing. So goals are really important. So what other questions have we got for Prakash? Let's have a look. Anik says, or as she got called the other day, Anarchy. Wasn't me. Says, in affiliate marketing, in business, I think, stress is just a sign you're stepping outside your comfort zone. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly what it is. And people seem to shy away from it. They're like, oh, I don't want to do this. To me, that's a sign that's where you should be going. Do you agree, Prakash?
Yeah, I do. I think without the goal, if you don't know where you're going, where your direction is, you start here and you're going to go up there, and you have to find a way to get there. And that means you have to sometimes step out of your comfort zones.
Like you did with your podcast.
Exactly. Yeah. And I'm still struggling with it, but I'm building on it, and we're building it. And Lynn and I'm sure in the next couple of months, going to be highly successful with the podcast.
That's the attitude. Like Prakash gets it, guys. Okay, he gets the fact. Absolutely gets the fact that it takes repetition, it takes practice, it takes consistency. He understands on his first one, you're not good. In fact, there's a saying, you're going to be a bit, I don't know if I can say this on YouTube, you're going to be a bit shit before you're a big hit. Yeah. It's true. So many people are afraid of not being good that they never give themselves the opportunity to be good.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's so true. So Paula says, how long did it take to get your first sale? Wow. That's a long time back, Prakash.
It's a long time ago. I joined traffic domination March 2020. Before that, obviously, I was buying traffic for you from something else, which is always successful, good traffic. My first sale in OLSP was with traffic domination. It was £9.60.
Woo!
CD network.
Was it £9.60? Amazing. What's your biggest commission?
My biggest commission is $4,200.
In one commission, is it?
One commission, yes. That was for
$4,200 in one commission. So there we go, guys.
It's possible. You can do it.
Anybody
can do it.
Anyone can do it. If they believe in themselves enough. Okay, if you believe in yourself enough, you can do it. Okay. What other questions we got for Prakash? Prakash, Susan says, were you a successful... This is quite an interesting question from Susan. Were you a successful person before OLSP? What would you class as a successful person? Because success is different things. Like, success can be money or how you look externally, but I believe success is the way you feel about yourself internally. So do you class yourself as successful before OLSP?
I think I was, because it depends on how efficiently you run your business. And having run 3 pharmacies for 22 odd years, and not having hardly any of my staff leave, and looking after the people who work for you, looking after your customers properly, and they're happy and they keep on coming back to you, that's, to me, is real success.
Boom. Helen says, exactly. I'm waiting for the code. Is Erica here? Where's Erica? Is she waiting for the code? Okay, $7 link. I think that's Jawario. I think that was. Brilliant question. What's your biggest win? Okay, it doesn't have to be monetary. And your biggest challenge so far?
My biggest challenge is going live and growing my Facebook group. And after what I've heard to happen to the Facebook group, our Facebook group with the OLSP, it's tricky to make sure that you don't put your eggs in one basket. So that's my challenge, to build a good Facebook group.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the other question, Wayne, please?
Your biggest challenge and your biggest win.
My biggest win was my high tickets commission and making sure that that client was satisfied with the service I gave him and he's still happy. So that is the biggest win, to make your customer happy.
Brilliant answer. Darren asks, advice for a total newbie. What advice would you give to someone who's been in a day or two?
To follow the training, follow the first 3 videos in the OLSP dashboard. Follow them. If you learn them, try and go them once or twice to make sure you understand fully. And above all, take action. Make sure you take action what is taught in those videos.
Exactly. Like, don't be afraid, Darren. Don't be afraid of this. Doesn't make much sense right now. Okay, because it's not going to make sense completely because you're new. What you're looking for is aha moments. So you start doing a bit of action, taking a bit of action, and things slowly start clicking into place. That's what you're looking for. You're not looking to be a millionaire tomorrow, because guess what? You'll end up very disappointed. It's not going to happen. But you can make a lot of money with this over time when you learn the skills and put in the action. So keep taking action, keep learning, and watch what happens, okay? Get all the help you need, okay? Because there is a bit to learn, and it's also the way your brain understands it, because we all understand things slightly differently.
Yes.
And it's interesting how you put your personality into what you understand. Does that make sense to you, doesn't it, Prakash?
Yeah, of course. Everybody's different. They think different. They behave differently, and they work differently. So you have to find your own pace.
Rens87 says, were you known with this before you started? Were you known with this before you started? I think Rens means, were you known before you started this?
In what way? Known in what
I
way?
think he means, like, were you online before this, maybe?
Yeah, I was from 2008, 2009 when I started online. I've been online since then. I've had 2 or 3 websites, but none of them do well as much as, because online websites are okay as long as you can get customers to your site. Same with affiliate marketing, but with affiliate marketing and following the training OLSP, especially the Facebook training, is you find proper, reliable, and honest customers, not just anybody who just spams you or anything like that.
Yeah, exactly. Darren says, thank you both. I'm actually Donna's brother. Oh dear. I'm not. Is that a good or bad thing, Donna?
Nice to meet you, Darren.
Is that a good or bad thing? I'll try and work out if that's a good. We love Donna. Sometimes she's got a lot of energy.
Donna's good. Donna's great.
Positive energy. Yeah, she is. She is great. Okay, I think that's all the questions, and that brings us right on to the hour. It's awesome having everyone here, guys. Don't forget, we are on YouTube now. We are moving. We'll tell you when. Okay, we are moving to school. And if that's new, don't worry. It's actually fairly easy. Okay? It's fairly easy. But if not,
are you going to mention my upcoming challenge?
What is your upcoming challenge, Prakash?
Do you want to mention it?
I don't know. What are you referring to?
What Anik and I discussed?
Oh, not for now. We're going to keep it as a surprise.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, we'll keep that as a surprise for people.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah, because people will like that, and we got, it's like we did on a call earlier. You lay the foundation. Everyone, oh, what's going on? But they're going to have to wait and find out. Okay.
Okay then.
So today's coup, guys, is Prakash, of course. There's no other coup that was going to be. So thanks everyone for jumping on. Prakash, it's always lovely having you on.
Thank you.
Um,
Thank you. It's lovely being here.
I'm just. Donna says she loves a surprise. Loves a surprise. So thanks everyone for jumping on. Prakash, thanks very much. Jump on
Thanks,
every week,
Wayne.
guys. Subscribe to the channel because I think it will alert you. And make sure you watch all of my videos because then it